Blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
Nang magiliw sa silanganan, alab ng puso sa bigay buhay. Lupang hinirang, luto ng magiging, sa maglulupi, nabasasinin, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit umuraw. May hilang ng tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng wataw at mo'y tagumpay na naginiling. Ang bituin at araw na kailan pag may magidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhati pagsinta ang langit sa piling mo. Ang ligaya ng pag may matapik, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Ladies and gentlemen, your hosts for tonight in this momentous celebration, Bohol's representative to Miss World Philippines, Attorney Mara Ruiz and Mr. Eric Karcher.
Good evening, Mara.
Good evening, Eric, and welcome to our viewers online through the Facebook pages of the Provincial Government of Bohol.
The ArtYap page and the PGBH, Bohol Arts and Cultural Heritage page.
Good evening again. It is such a privilege hosting this show with you.
It really is. I can't believe that I am here to host with you the show for Bohol's most recognizable celebrities, the Loboc Children's Choir.
Yes, Eric, the Loboc Children's Choir has not stopped working and performing, though virtually, to do what they do best, to lift people's spirits and represent the province of Bohol.
Finally, There's light at the end of the tunnel for this pandemic. Vaccines are rolling out, more and more people are getting back to their work, and everyone all over the country has finished a hard year of online and modular education.
True. And through all this, the Loboc Children's Choir has kept themselves busy, singing for different groups and occasions, like Christmas and the 500th year of circumnavigation of the globe.
I thought it was 500 years of Christianity in the Philippines.
Yes, it is. But Magellan's trip was also the first time that a maritime crew sailed around the world full circle, making the Philippines a part of an international historical event. And the Loboc Children's Choir performed virtually for the Global Summit World Travel and Tourism Council held in Cancun, Mexico last April 25 to 26 of this year.
And so not only do they promote Boholano talent and Boholano tourism areas through their music videos, which you all will see very soon, but also, Mara, they helped promote a revival of international tourism.
Correct. It is not only our tireless officials in provincial and national government who are hard at work in reviving our tourism industry, but the Loboc Children's Choir shows us how people in arts and culture can become vital partners in not only the revival of our economy, but of the revival of hope and trust in the power of art.
Wow, the power of art, I like that. And that is so true. If this pandemic happened when there was no internet and where we couldn't stream our favorite shows, we would probably go crazy. It was the artists that helped us sing and the artists that kept us going.
And so, the artists of Bohol and the Loboc Children's Choir specifically would like to thank
Governor Art Yap and former Governor Edgar Chato,
Attorney Marie Antoinette Velasco Aliones of the Tourism Promotions Board, Secretary Bernadette Romulo Puyat of the Department of Tourism,
and Father Val Pinlac, Chairperson of the Bohol Arts and Cultural Heritage Council, for making this virtual event possible.
Yes, thank you, ma'ams and sirs.
Not ma'am, sir?
No, ma'ams and sirs, they deserve better than that. Daghang salamat.
And now a few words of welcome to open our event. Our hardworking public servant and constant patron of Boholano arts and culture, the architect of the tourism law or act of the Philippines, and one of Bohol's leaders in launching Bohol Eco-Cultural Tourism Program. Let us welcome Edgar Chato.
Mic test, mic test. Okay. Thank you very much. Good evening. Good evening. I am very excited to be given the chance to welcome all of you tonight. And most especially because our special guest from Manila, no less than our Secretary of the Department of Tourism, Secretary Berna Puyat, is here with us. Let's give her a round of applause. And thank you very much, Secretary Berna, for always coming to Bohol, visiting us and inspiring us. And of course, our dear Governor of the province of Bohol, a very hardworking and passionate governor, Governor Art Yap. A big hand, please. Together with the rest of the provincial officials who are present, our culture and arts group, people in the province of Bohol, Father Val Pinlac. I saw also Bishop Bastes, who has opted to live now in Bohol after his retirement. The rest of the different teams are here. And of course, the Loboc Children's Choir with Ma'am Alma Taldo. Let's give a big hand to them. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, again, good evening. As they say, music is the language of the soul. And tonight, we are launching a very, very significant project, which also gives an avenue for more appreciation of what the Boholano soul is all about. Tonight, we are officially launching Soul of Place. And as the program says, it is actually a compilation of original videos of the Loboc Children's Choir, which was founded in 1980. I speak with passion about this choir because I started my public service in 1980 when the group was also organized. I was representing the youth sector then in the Sangguniang Panlalawigan and saw the growth of the Loboc Children's Choir. There was even a time when they came up with a reunion of all the members of their choir from 1980 on to the years that followed, and they filled the entire gymnasium of the Loboc Cultural Center with music, with songs, and a lot of many other showcases that also gave rise to, again, more appreciation of the soul of the Boholanos. So tonight, let me welcome all of you with Governor Artiap, Vice Gov Rene, and the rest of the officials of the province of Bohol. Culture is really made an important part of the Cultural Renaissance program of the province. In fact, in Congress, we passed RA 9446, declaring the province of Bohol as an eco-cultural tourism zone. Take note, we emphasize the culture in the middle, even if they call it a redundancy, because ecotourism carries culture with it. But we want to be redundant because we want to make sure that culture is emphasized in our development of Bohol. With the leadership of Governor Artiap, we are fully supporting all initiatives that will bring Bohol towards higher growth in tourism, hopefully under the pandemic, and hopefully also bring in more beautiful developments for our place and our people. Good evening, welcome everyone, and thank you, Secretary Puyat, for being here.
Thank you, sir, for setting the tone of this evening.
Our next speaker is known by all. He has always been a supporter of arts and culture efforts in the province. And it says right there in his name, Governor Art Yap has been eager to support all means of uplifting the Boholano spirit in these very difficult times. Early on in the pandemic, he fully supported the role of the arts and culture heritage efforts to lift the hearts and minds of our fellow Boholanos forced into quarantine, who were uncertain about what tomorrow brought us in the time of COVID-19. Ladies and gentlemen, Governor Art Yap.
To our beloved Secretary of the Department of Tourism, a friend, a confidant, a collaborator in Bohol's drive to be a tourism destination of our nation, Secretary Bernadette Romulo Puyat. Thank you very much, ma'am, for being with us tonight. Father Val Pinlac, our former governor, 1st District Congressman, former chair of the Committee on Tourism, Congressman Edgar M. Chato, Bishop Emeritus of the Diocese of Sorsogon, Arturo Bastes, and to all our friends who are with us here in the provincial capital, and to all who are joining us on Facebook Live through social media. Maadjong gabi kaninyong tanan. As we celebrate the 123rd anniversary of Philippine independence today, it is only fitting that we recognize one of our nation's prized possessions, a prized possession which has brought so much honor to our country, the Loboc Children's Choir. Thank you, one and all, for joining us in tonight's launch of the choir's 40th anniversary album entitled Soul of Place, where the Loboc Children's Choir, Bulanon artists, and local composers are featured. Through a generous grant from the Department of Tourism's TPB, chaired and led by our dynamic Tourism Secretary Bernadette Romulo Puyat and COO Attorney Antoinette Velasco Aliones, with additional financial and logistical support from the provincial government of Bohol, we are proud indeed to be part of the choir's 40-year journey of creating beautiful, uplifting, and inspiring music. In that time of 4 decades, under the steady tutelage and painstaking love of Madame Alma Fernando Taldo and other teachers, the choir, composed of children of Loboc's local folk studying in the Loboc Central Elementary School, have risen from modest beginnings to become a world-renowned choir, bringing great honor not only to Bohol, but our country, the Philippines. Through all the awards and titles, the choir has remained simple, pure, and generous. Throughout the pandemic, they continue to sing online, raising funds to help others and inspiring many, despite many of their families themselves being gravely affected by this pandemic crisis. Truly, as Pope St. John Paul II once said, no person is too poor that he or she has nothing to give. This we have seen exemplified by the Loboc Children's Choir. As we launch tonight the Ruby Anniversary album of the choir, we hope their songs about pride of place, history, courage, resilience, folkways, and customs, love of people and country, and of course, faith in God will connect with each and every one of you. Let the voices of the Loboc Children's Choir ring true as God's instruments to inspire and heal our people in these trying times. Daghang salamat kaninyong tanan.
Thank you, Gov Art, for that and your constant support for Boholano artists. Our next speaker is the chairperson of the Bohol Arts and Cultural Heritage Council, or BAC Council. Through his leadership, Father Val guided the different committees of the council to bring our arts and culture to its fullest potential. He is a point person for many of the province's programs for youth development and mental health as well, and is always at the cutting edge of how the arts and its artists can continue to serve its people. A man of many missions, ladies and gentlemen, Father Val Pinlac.
Mayong gabi sa tanan, or a pleasant evening to one and all. Last year, as we were going around the province, we had an animated interview with the mayor who was telling us how difficult it is, or how difficult it has been for them, for the local government officials, especially at the start of the pandemic. They had to find creative ways for the people to follow health protocols. And she said, "Father, governance is an art." And I said, "Yup." Last week, we were again in the northern part of Bohol as we saw this beautiful sight of verdant rice fields with towering mountains at the backdrop, and in front of us, several young people helping in the farm. The scene was like a painting, a wonderful piece of art. And farming is also a work of art. Yep. So, art is a way of creatively communicating beyond words. Artistic freedom is the liberty to be genuinely expressive, unleashing our God-given gifts to convey deeper meanings of truth, beauty, and goodness. It is therefore not a coincidence that we mark Philippine independence today, June 12. We also celebrate artistic freedom with the launch of Soul of Place. The commemorative album for the 40th anniversary of the Loboc Children's Choir, our most celebrated and enduring artistic group in the field of music and Bohol's leading ambassadors of tourism. As chairperson of the BAC, or the Bohol Arts and Cultural Heritage Council, I still can remember how we enthusiastically created BAC strategic plan at the start of the year 2020. Prioritized programs and activities were ready for implementation when COVID-19 was declared a global pandemic, prompting us to pivot and respond to the needs of the time. Our very own artists, musicians, performers, craftspeople, those working and depending on the tourism industry, and those in the small and medium-scale creative industries as well, were rendered jobless as travel and tourism abruptly came to a halt. Then we kicked off DASIG as part of a bigger culture and arts for healing and recovery program to enliven the spirits of our people during the lockdown, and at the same time, afford opportunities for our artists to perform and as well be paid. Soul of Place is one of the major components of the DASIG program. This music album is one of a kind. Really, it takes us on a journey to truly experience pride of place. That which cannot be put into words, the music of the Loboc Children's Choir will express. That which is bound by time, some songs in this album will traverse. That which is contained or constrained by distance, Soul of Place will reach out and soothe. You may find yourselves touched to the core when you hear the alumni of the choir of different ages or generations and in different locations singing to the baton of their beloved mentor, conductor, Nanay, Madam Alma Taldo. Indeed, words are not enough for us to thank Madam Alma, Ma'am Alma, or Nanay Alma, and the children for sharing to us their angelic voices, whose performances always lift our spirits to the heights of bliss. One of those who were so affected by the choir singing sometime in the 1990s, and since then had been on their side as manager, promoter, or even ambitiously becoming one of them as a child, is no less than, not anymore a child, but the internationally recognized director, Mr. Lutgardo Labad. Thank you, daghang salamat Sir Gardy. And to all the past and present members of the choir and their parents, kay panglatuson mo si Pulguno sila sa ilahang ginikanan. Without the support of partners from the provincial government of Bohol, the city and the municipal LGUs, the Department of Education, the church, business, and civil society, especially culture and arts sector, Soul of Place would be or would have been soulless. There must be something celestial in this momentous initiative that harmonizes various agencies, groups, and individuals for us to celebrate meaningfully and achieve greater impact. Our particularly important partner is the Department of Tourism. And today, we are deeply honored with the presence of no less than the Secretary of the Department of Tourism, Secretary Berna Romulo Puyat. Daghan kayong salamat, Ma'am Berna. We would like to express our deepest gratitude to you, ma'am, for your endless support of all our initiatives. You are giving hope to those families who are totally dependent on the tourism industry. And you are our hope. It must be heaven sent as well, as the financial assistance extended by the Tourism Promotions Board of the Philippines had been set our minds from the financial worries in producing Soul of Place. And for this, we cannot thank enough the TPB Chief Operating Officers, Attorney Maria Antoinette Velasco Aliones. She is with us in spirit, and I'm sure she is watching us live, as she will be celebrating an important milestone tomorrow. So we are offering this concert as our unique birthday gift to you, Ma'am Tonette. Our gift, the gift of the Boholano people, and as well, our serenade. Not anymore a manyanita, but our serenade. May I take this opportunity as well to announce to the world how these leaders have been working tirelessly to set Bulanon people free from the shackles of poverty and have brought music to soothe our tired souls. Thank you so much. Daghan kayong salamat, Governor Artiap, Vice Governor Rene Relampagos, Congressman Ed Chato, and the rest of our leaders in the province of Bohol. Kaninyong tanan salamat kayo. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let us celebrate Philippine independence by appreciating the legacy of artistic freedom to experience life's meaning through the soul of place. Daghang salamat.
Thank you, Father Val. As always, daghang salamat for your words of wisdom. Our next speaker has been working as Bohol's arts and culture advocate since the 90s. He has been sharing his vision with everyone who will listen. And those who listened guided Bohol towards Bohol's cultural renaissance.
This Soul of Place project was entrusted to Sir Gardy not only for his artistic vision, but also because of his intimate relationship with the Loboc Children's Choir. With his help, the choir skyrocketed to international fame. Here to tell us more about the concepts behind Soul of Place, please welcome Sir Lutgardo Gardy Labad.
Good evening, Honorable Secretary Bernadette Romulo Puyat, Honorable Governor Art Yap, Honorable Vice Governor Rene Lampagos, hope had been here, Honorable Congressman Edgar Chato, Bishop Arturo Bastes, and all our distinguished guests and officials. Allow me to speak in a smattering of Tagalog and English. That's how I usually speak. This is truly the making once more of another chapter in Bohol's cultural history. Ito po ang tinatawag kong genuine evolution of heritage through creative innovation. Alam niyo ba, Honorable Secretary, that we are witnessing here historical continuity from ancestral roots to new routes of creative expression. Our cultural mission of social transformation began 2 decades ago with our Cultural Renaissance program spearheaded by then Governor Relampagos and then Vice Governor Chato. And it continues on until today, reaching newer heights with the dynamic leadership of Governor Arthur Yap, whose unprecedented dynamism in making arts, culture, and heritage a major centerpiece in his governance. Marami pong salamat. Hindi tayo na sidetrack lang as an aperitif, no? Pero tayo nasa center of governance and development. Kami po, Honorable Puyat, Secretary Puyat, we, the Boholano artists and cultural workers, are so overjoyed with this assurance of sustainability, further driven by the inspiration and support of the national government, especially here, the Department of Tourism. We have seen po rounds, sequence of DOT secretaries who have not abandoned Bohol from the 90s, from Secretary Mina Gabor, di ba, Gov? No? Secretary Evelyn Pantig, Secretary Ramon Jimenez, and now our beauteous and enigmatic Secretary Puyat. Nakilala ko po kayo, nakita ko po kayo, pero hindi tayo nagkapagniig nung kayo po ang nagbigay ng opening address sa Mangayaw, the launching of the 500 years, where I brought the Loboc Children's Choir and the whole Bohol Battalion to perform with 300 artists sa Lapu-Lapu gym. Okay, we were so happy you were there. Okay, and you saw us perform. And we're bringing that same dynamism here to you. Ang ibig ko lang sabihin, tuloy-tuloy po ang pag-aalaga nitong ating artistic leaders. Hindi lang sila leaders, artistic leaders talaga sila. Okay? Tuloy-tuloy ang pag-alala, ang pag-alaga, at sa Binisaya, ang pag-amuma. Okay? Ngayon, binubuksan natin ang bagong kabanata ng ating kultura. Noong December 1996 po, ito ang unang pagkakita ko sa kanila. I was supposed to be directing an opera in Miami, Governor. Okay? The Merry Wives of Windsor by Lehar. Opereta lang yon, hindi opera. Pumunta lang ako rito para dalhin ko ang nanay ko balik sa Amerika. Kaso napunta ako sa 400 years of Baclayon Church at biglang nakita ko sila. Wala ko akong alam tungkol sa Bohol. Ang alam ko lang noon, Chocolate Hills, Baclayon Church, at ang Ube Kinampay. I didn't know a damn whatever Bohol had. But when I saw them and I asked the kids, kayo ba yung nanalo sa NAMSIA? Sabi ng bata, opo. Sinong leader po nyo? Ayun po. Nasaan? I was so struck. Why? When you are exposed to international music, you would expect the leader to come with a certain countenance. Saan na kaya yun? Parang hindi siya katulad ni Madam Veneracion, no? Mga Leonard Bernstein. But she was coming with such a humble gait. And, ma'am, pwede po pang marinig ang choir. Ano kami sa simbahan, sa Baclayon. Opo. Ano pong kakantahin namin? Kayo po. At that time, I never expected that they would sing polyphonic music. Ang alam ko lang na, saan po kayo nang galing? Loboc. Saan po yung Loboc? Yan, malapit sa Chocolate Hills. Naku, hindi ko po alam yan. Okay? I would not expect a small town. No? Sa tingin ko, anong alam nila tungkol sa music? Okay? Anong alam itong teacher na ito tungkol sa music? Nag-aral ba siya? So, pero gusto ko marinig. Nilagay ko sila sa gitna ng simbahan. Pista kasi ng December 8, Our Lady of Immaculate Conception. Kumanta sila. My God! Tumulo kaagad po ang aking luha. I kept on weeping together with my mother. Where did these angels come from? They sang better than the Vienna Boys Choir with such unusual charm, napaka-angelic. My God. And they sang for me one classical song after the other. This is it. That was the turning point in my life. I got so committed to Bohol because of these young kids under the liderato of the supreme genius of the choir, Madam Alma Fernando Taldo. And I was so stung with her vision to revitalize musical heritage in Bohol, to create a school and a home for the artists. My God, ito na yon. Soulmate ko ito. Sabi ko, no? My God. So there, I was just stung, starstruck with this genius. Okay? So, 40 years they have been living, and with the soul of place, ano pong aming mga layunin? We would like to create cutting-edge, artistically powerful, impressively meaningful videos to promote our soul of place of Bohol using top-of-the-line technology. Yun to po, ang tutulungan tayo ng ating mga liderato, buksan ang fourth industrial revolution technology with all our talents in live performance. We would like to praise greater awareness of the unique soul of place of Bohol, the qualities that define our people, heritage, and values. We want to mobilize and maximize the creative human assets of Bohol. Itong mga artistang tumulong po rito, Honorable Puyat, are hindi lang mga singers. Meron tayong mga dancers, musicians, mga technicians. No? Sama-sama kaming nagtutulungan para ma-create ito at gusto naming tuloy-tuloy po sana ito. Okay? Because we know we want to promote the cultural ingenuity of Boholano artists and cultural workers as major creators of positive change and transformation. So, ito na po ang gusto kong sabihin sa pangwakas. Sana kasama po namin kayo palagi sa aming tutunguhin, sa aming dream of actualizing the Bohol School of Choral Music. Salamat po.
Thank you, Sir Gardy, for continuing to inspire all of us.
The first music video is one of the 2 videos first released in February this year in the first installment of Soul of Place. The title is quite apt. The choir of heavenly voices do sing as if the notes themselves float on angels' wings. Created in 1996 as the theme song for the LCC's first ever public concert and first international tour, On Angels' Wings was composed by Father Arnold Zamora with lyrics by Marianito Luspo. The song celebrates the choir back to where they belong, the restored Loboc Church. After its destruction in 2013, this gentle song accompanying the visuals lifts the backdrop of the old rubble to reveal a truly glorious resurrection of the nexus of faith and reverence.
For you and me,
The next video is an Amor Solo painting come to life. The visuals portray an idyllic life and given an old-timey Sampaguita Films feel, showing scenes of young love, courtship, marriage, and culture as the iconic Kuradang makes its appearance on screen. Reminisce through a medley of folk songs accompanied by the nostalgic trill of the rondalia. Look back at how life used to be in simpler times. Folk songs and Ang Bulanon, composed by Justino Romea.
Jingjing, hala jingjing, pista sa La Union, handog sa general, si
This next song, composed by Jimmy Borja, needs no introduction for Secretary Berna or any of you gorgeous people in the audience. First hitting the Philippine airwaves with a gentle whispering voice of Lani Misalucha, and later spawned many remakes after. This video is an homage to the classic arrangement, but interpreted by Loboc Children's Choir alumni to tell a story of young love's missed opportunities.
Kay hirap palang umibig sa di tamang panahon. Kung bakit ngayon ko lang natagpuan ang isang katulad mo. Sana noon pa kita nakilala, sana noon pala na ang puso ay malaya pang magmahal. Bukas na lang kita mamahalin, sabay sa paglaya ng ating mga puso. Bukas na lang kita mamahalin.
Kay hirapan lang umibig sa di tamang panahon. Kung bakit ngayon ko lang natagpuan ang isang katulad mo. Sana noon pa kita nakilala, sana noon pa lang na ang puso ay malaya pang magmahal. Bukas na lang kita mamahalin, sabay sa paglaya ng ating mga puso. Bukas na lang kita, bukas na lang kita mamahalin, sabay sa paglaya ng ating mga puso. Bukas na lang kita, bukas na lang kita, bukas na lang mamahalin.
This music video of Kita ang Iyang Gugma shows the Loboc Children's Choir on a mission to understand the existence of the people who truly provide for everyone else in the province. The farmer that plants the rice and the fisherman of the sea. This music video is a montage of interactions and immersion to allow them to truly emphasize with the less fortunate and cultivate their compassion and humanity by participating in the lives of others.
Walay kamay kung ang ihatagay kalipay. Kay ang usa ko tupuko na sa Apuntan mo daghan ang mga matabangan na pinagyud ang mga kaigsuunan tangan ang inahanglan. Pinapitay, pilit madapuan. May nakangan, tunay o karunay. Dili lang balay ang atong ibanay. Ikutan taon ng damang at maunsa atong higala. Walay lisod kung tinukod sa gugma. Ang pagpaparog sa kahimtang sa atong higala. Ang kadisod magsulay sa kinabuhi nagkadaiha. Unang sa pagkakabana kita mangiusap. Bisan paway mo dahil walay palipay. Dili ta malagana sa paglautay. Kayang pahiyong sa atong igsoon, ingon na kita magpadayon.
What could be better than the Loboc Children's Choir in their element? Singers greeting the dawn, overlooking Bohol with their unfailing ethereal voices. A loving ode to the province into music, drawing all of us to join them in serenading the Bohol that we love.
advocate of Bohol's tourism efforts, Secretary Bernadette Romulo Puyat was instrumental in making Bohol the host and the model tourism hub for the rest of the country. This materialized in the staging of FITEX 2020 last September. And so tonight, we pass the mic to Secretary Bernadette Romulo Puyat to hear her thoughts regarding Bohol tourism and tonight's show.
Bohol Governor Arthur C. Yap, Congressman Edgar M. Chato, of course, the author of the Tourism Act of 2009, Father Val Pinlac, Chairman Bohol Arts and Cultural Heritage Council, Lutgarto Gardi Labad, Artistic Director, Kasingsining Theater Ensemble, Madam Alma Taldo, Bishop Arturo Bastes, Loboc Children's Choir, maayong gabi. I wish to congratulate the Loboc Children's Choir on the launching of your 40th anniversary album entitled Soul of Place. This beautiful piece of Boholano artistry is a product of a collaborative effort between the composers, the production crew, the children performers, the different agencies and cultural groups, and of course, the provincial government of Bohol. You have all successfully woven together the pieces of the Boholano spirit, its fearless past and unswerving present, which gives hope for a stronger future. And what makes the impact of this album even bigger is that you purposely chose to share it on the same day as the commemoration of the 123rd Philippine independence. Cultural tourism is amongst the strongest points of the Philippine tourism industry. Yes, Kong Chato, we know that. Our history and rich heritage has always drawn foreign tourists because the narratives of Filipino bravery and resilience are interconnected to the histories of the rest of the world. More so, we have this uniquely beautiful way of sharing our story through music and the arts. I truly appreciate the various cultural groups and the provincial government of Bohol for fully supporting this endeavor. Thank you for teaching our children to love our heritage and to communicate the Boholano story through music that calms the soul. To the Loboc Children's Choir, as gentle as your voices may be, I am confident that you have inherited the same Boholano spirit that will carry us throughout the challenges of this pandemic and towards a brighter future. Keep on inspiring the people of Bohol, the rest of the country, and the world. We hear you, and we assure you that we, your elders, will consistently persevere so that you can inherit a safer and more beautiful place to live in after this pandemic. Daghang salamat po sa inyong lahat. Maligayang araw ng kalayaan at mabuhay ang turismong Pilipino. Maraming salamat po.
It's more fun in the Philippines.
And with that, please stay with us a little longer, Secretary Puyat. On behalf of Bohol's tourism efforts and for your support of our efforts, we would like to show you our appreciation.
We would like to call on Governor Arthur Yap, Congressman Edgar Chato, and Father Val Pinlac to present the plaque of appreciation and gratitude. The citation goes, "This certificate of appreciation and gratitude is hereby given to Honorable Bernadette Romulo Puyat, the Secretary of the Department of Tourism, for her unstinting and support for Bohol's tourism recovery in the time of COVID pandemic, anchored on the protection of the environment and promotion of the arts, music, and culture, especially known in her role in the launching of Soul of Place, the 40th anniversary album of 2021 of the Loboc Children's Choir. given this 12th day of June 2021 in the provincial capital, Tagbilaran City, Bohol, Philippines. Signed, Attorney Arthur C. Yap, the provincial governor.
It's more fun in the Philippines. Smiling, singing, rapping, working, waiting, tapping, talking, hopping, sleeping. More fun!
Again, we'd like to call on Governor Yap, Secretary Puyat, and Congressman Edgar Chato to award the plaque of appreciation to Madam Alma Taldo.
Congratulations. This certificate of recognition is hereby given to Madam Alma Fernando Taldo for her artistic brilliance and indomitable passion in safeguarding Bohol's musical heritage through her founding and continuous tutelage of the Loboc Children's Choir as conductress, for her incomparable and steadfast commitment to the well-being and development of the choir members through the past 4 decades, as can be specially appreciated in her impressive musical direction of Soul of Place, the 40th anniversary album 2021 of the Loboc Children's Choir, given this 12th day of June 2021 at the provincial capital, Tagbilaran City, Bohol, Philippines. Signed, Attorney Arthur C. Yap, Provincial Governor. We would like to request Bishop Vasquez to please join the photo op. And Sir Gardy. We please request Sir Gardy to join us for the photo op. Thank you. Now, we would like to present a plaque of appreciation and gratitude to the Loboc Children's Choir for its exceptionally outstanding production and performance in Soul of Place, for its Ruby 40th Anniversary Music Videos Album 2021 to promote the ecological and cultural treasures of Bohol, and to continue the legacy of heritage revitalization and creative innovation as a sustained and committed response in creatively addressing the challenges of COVID-19. Through the generous support of the Department of Tourism and the Tourism Promotions Board of the Philippines, given on the occasion of the Bohol celebration of the Philippine Independence Day, June 12, 2021, at the provincial capital of Bohol, Tagbilaran City, Bohol. Signed, Attorney Arthur C. Yap, Governor, Province of Bohol.
Congratulations, Madam Alma. That recognition was well-deserved. And now we gladly await the response from the woman of the hour, the spiritual and music mother of the Loboc Children's Choir, the tireless and brilliant Madam Alma Taldo.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, our most honored and revered leaders and officials, our most compassionate army of artists and cultural warriors of the Back Council, friends for almost 40 years. I and the Loboc Children's Choir thank you principally for your heartwarming and most generous show of love, support, and appreciation, most especially to the Honorable Secretary of Tourism, Secretary Bernadette Romulo Puyat, Madam Antoinette Aliones of the Tourism Promotions Board, Honorable Governor Arthur C. Yap, Honorable Vice Governor Rene Lopez Relampagos, Honorable Congressman Edgar Chato, Most Reverend Bishop Abet Uy, Most Reverend Bishop Dan Parcon, Most Reverend Bishop Emeritus Arturo Bastes, my classmate, officials of the DOT, TPB, the officials of the provincial and city government, colleagues from the private and public sector, partners in arts and culture. Daghang salamat for this most unforgettable gift and honor bestowed on our group. Truly, Soul of Place marks a culmination in our 40th year anniversary celebration as an ensemble of child and youth singers devoted to God, country, and community through our God-given gifts in music and the arts. It has indeed been a triumphant and challenging journey as we struggled finding our true calling and meaning, our mission in this life. Through 40 years, we attained victories and reaped accomplishments as we learned the ropes of true musicianship and public service. We performed for both the high and the mighty, alongside the weak and the less privileged, for both celebrities and our beloved ordinary people. And once, we saw tears welling up in their eyes and their persons spontaneously coming to hug and embrace us. We are then so happy that we have touched minds and hearts by our humble singing. But also, we have also our 40-year share of challenges, difficulties, crisis, and sadness. It has not been, after all, a straight upward climb. It was like a beautiful piece of music, allegro, then a sad andante, or a struggling emotional appassionata. Life dealt us with many blows too: financial, criticisms, defeats, disenchantments, political turmoil, and especially our continuous fight for a permanent home. Yes, it has been a lifetime dream for us to have a home for the Loboc Children's Choir. This is what we really need. A home that we can really call our own. A place for our trainings, our rehearsals, our performances, for our visitors and guests. And it's truly our own. So we are appealing to all of you, good people of government and private sector, to share your blessings and help build a home for us. This may not be the best time to do it, but for me, it is the right time because we are with the right people who have the vision and the mission to make our dream a reality. This Soul of Place project is indeed heaven sent, as what Father Val said. The gracious and surprising offer of TPB and DOT through Father Val and Governor Yap was one we could not refuse, as it was one major clincher in our Ruby anniversary and a potential opportunity to help us move forward even more. We are most happy with Soul of Place as we celebrate with you the spirit and values of our homeland, our home province, our hometowns, our home communities. The Loboc Children's Choir and our artistic partners aim to bring you closer to our hearts, our minds, our spirit, as we unfold for you tonight the beautiful mysteries of our Soul of Place. Come and join us to this pilgrimage to the deepest layers of our being Boholanos, our being Filipinos. Thank you, and a happy Independence Day to all of us.
let's take a short break from solemnity and enjoy this fun, light-hearted, and even comical music video. With playful cinematography to match the playful lyrics and musical style, the undisputed king of Filipino novelty songs, Yoyoy, this music video is a tribute to Bohol's most prolific songwriter.
While Yoyoy may have passed in 2007, his works will live on and continue to give pride to his fellow Boholanos. Now, with the Loboc Children's Choir breathing new life into his old songs, a new generation of Boholanos and Filipinos will be sure to enjoy them.
Good morning, teacher.
Yes, good morning, class. How are you?
Fine, sir, thank you. And how are you too?
Oh, I'm also very fine as you.
Mag-exercise na tayo nang mawala ang antok. Nakahandok ang klase, matay kumikipot. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
What can a little baby do?
Clap and crew.
Kick and roll and smile and grow.
That is why we love it so.
Tick, tick, tock,
6 o'clock
hickory-dip.
and dickory-dock.
But I said,
Bawawa on and high, so clean and right.
This next music video is a touching tribute of the LCC, past and present, to the woman who dreamed the choir into existence and sustained them through the decades. Their inahan, Madam Alma Taldo. Singers of the LCC remain in the choir for only 6 years, but the alumni and alumnae of the LCC never forget. Wherever they land, following whatever pursuits, they always return to the music and faith nurtured by Ma'am Alma.
This is a medley of 3 songs. Damgo Manlang with lyrics by Antonio Amora Jr. and music by TQ Solis. Sudyang with lyrics and music by Regino Bastes Dano. And Buhi sa Kanunay with lyrics by Justino Romea and music by attorney Elpidio Varquez Biliran.
Damgo man lang gihikaw sa nagmata. Damgo man lang ug di tinuod sa akong pagmata sa sayong kabuntagon. Nahanaw lang ang tanan kay damgo man lamang. Unsa ba'y lain kong mahimo ning gugmang kebakay ko kay dili sa dugay na nga panahon giantos ko. Kaluoy mo hangtod karon wa kayo. Kinabuhi ko unsay bili kun ikaw wala. Nagmagahi ka man ahay kaysa sudya. Ang tuson ko hangtod sa lunganan kang bathalan isumbong kong tanan ahay kinabuhi ko unsay bili kung ikaw wala. Nagmagahi ka man ahay kaysa sudya.
Pagiamiran, bisan ugitamay, mula muog, muli pangkain, ang gugmang matudi mamatay. Ikaw na ko, salit-salisat ko, kung makinig may magkalayo, isalitan na sa luha. Kung ang kasing-kasing ko sa palasakit ko, dito sa kalangitan ako kang maaboton. Ikaw na ko, salit-salisat ko, kung makinig may magkalayo, isalitan na sa luha. Kung ang kasing-kasing ko sa palasakit ko, dito sa kalangitan ako kang maabuton. Dito sa kalangitan ako kang
It must be a slice of divine providence that the Loboc Children's Choir celebrates their 40th as the Philippines celebrates its 500th year of Christianity. As we contemplate this congruence, we can share in the sense of pride that the children's voices are not out of place from any classically trained children's choir from anywhere in Europe. Their voices and innocence allow us to meditate and feel much closer to the Almighty, to give us a glimpse of heaven.
Singing different devotional hymns like Boholano settings of the Lord's Prayer and Hail Mary, songs of faith stirs deep feelings of faith and awe that befits Catholic architecture and design, which are abundantly present in our very own Bohol churches, altars, ceiling paintings, icons, and cathedral altars. Ladies and gentlemen, witness the faith and deep spirituality of our ancestors who have passed on values that still live in our contemporary Boholano communities.
Estima
This music video is a medley of two of the most recognizable Boholano pop songs in recent years. Biyaheng Bohol by the Brown Buds and Bahandi by Joseph Gara. Biyaheng Bohol is the perfect tourism song for the island. Written and performed in Tagalog, it is meant to be accessible to non-Boholanos, signaling our openness to travelers to come and see our beloved home.
Bahandi, which means treasure in Bisaya, is an appreciation of the sights and sounds of the island. And it invites us to sing and dance with the assuring reminder that we will be here for you wherever you are in the island. And through the lens that follows the Loboc Children's Choir, come and follow them in their Biyaheng Bohol as they show you the Bahandi of the island.
Anak
ladies and gentlemen, is our show for tonight.
This was a wonderful show to be part of, and congratulations to the Loboc Children's Choir and Madame Taldo for your 40th anniversary.
But before we really cannot forget everyone who made this event possible.
Governor Art Yap and the provincial government of Bohol.
Congressman Edgar M. Chato. Secretary Bernadette Romulo Puyat of the Department of Tourism.
Father Val Pinlac, chairperson of the Bohol Arts and Cultural Heritage Council.
And Mr. Gardy Labad. Thank you to the entire team. Thank you.
Everyone performed well tonight, and thank you so much for making this event possible.
This has been Mara
And Eric saying,
Good
night,
Bohol.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Loboc Children's Choir with their musical director, Miss Alma Fernando Taldo. Conductor, Miss Leia Claudia Cal Torres. Again, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for the Loboc Children's Choir. Okay, photo op. May we request our officials to go in front together with our Master of Ceremonies and the Loboc Children's Choir.